Okay, I figured it out for making screens that fit properly. This is unbelievable. Okay, so when you have this type of frame where you basically want the screen to fit up under here far enough that when you drop it down here, it's trapped in both spots. It's not falling out on the top or the bottom. And you want it to have springs on one side and handles on the other side. That's great. The way you do that is, first of all, remember that the handles go on the inside, because this is the window that can slide open. They can slide the window open from the inside. They need to be able to grab the handles from the inside of the screen to pull the screen out in an emergency, or to clean the screens. So here are some of the tricks of the trade. First, you look on the left and the right notches and see whichever one is the furthest back, that's where your springs are going to be. You want the springs in the furthest back one. So it turns out it's on this side of this frame. So I'll just remember that. Springs will be on this side, handles will be on this side, and of course the handles will be on the inside of the screen, so they can reach them from inside the house. And when you're measuring this, here is how you measure. So for height, you measure how far up and in. It should be a huge gap, like an inch deep or deeper on the top. So from in there down to clearing the outer edge of this lip here. Do you see that? You don't measure down into there. You measure the clearing of this lip, because you're gonna, when you're installing it, you're gonna slip it up as far as it goes and then push this part in and then down. So it'll naturally slide down in, not as far as the amount it is under the top. So that way it's under both the top and the bottom at the same time when you're done. Okay, so that's the measurement for height. For width, here's what you need to do. You need to measure, again, similar thing. If it's in all the way on this side, whatever that means, it won't be as deep as up there. If in maybe whatever it is, half an inch, you gotta measure this. So when this part is in all the way, then it must clear over here. It must clear this outer lip here. This is the outer edge of the window frame, because you're going to install, the screen comes in from the outside. So when you're installing a screen, you're going to install in that corner first, the spring upper corner. So we're going to wedge the corner of the screen in this way and that way at the same time, trying to get this edge to clear enough to fit this part in, and trying to get this edge to clear enough that you'll be able to get this edge in. Now the whole thing is in, and it'll slide down, and the spring will push on the screen and naturally and fit it into this gap over on the side here, a little bit in, not very far in. So that's the goal. So you can see that's the same dimension window as this window here. I got this screen completed. This was 45 inch tall by 22¼ inch wide. Every window frame could be potentially different. So you see, I've got this fitted in now. You can't even see the spring, which is up here. I got it fitted in the corner here, see? And that I got it over to the right far enough that I could fit this up, this cleared on this left edge here, so that it would go up in there. And now you can see, well, here's the spring. You can see I haven't fit this part in all the way yet. There's a spring on this side, so that's the next part. And look, it clears the bottom. That tells me I've pushed it in far enough. You can't even see the frame. It's just all screen right there. The frame is completely up and in the top at the moment. It'll slide down in a minute. So really we're just now fitting this frame in here and pushing on that spring in order to try to get this corner in. And I can feel how springy that is. Boing, boing, boing. So then you're just pushing this corner in, snap, there it goes. So basically it went in and then it went boop over as far as it could go. See? So the screen is in place. Amazingly, the frame is bigger all the way around, which is pretty incredible for this kind of a thing. And I can see it's bumping. It's not lined up in exactly the right spot, but I can fix that from the inside. I'll have to adjust it a little bit. So that's as far as I've been able to figure out with these crazy screens.